So why don't you tell us about Stargate, ExVee?
Stargate has been ruined forever.
You've been saying that for weeks.
Stargate raped your childhood?
Well, this one just might have. There was enough sex in it.
What happened?
Wait a minute. What? Not when I was watching it.
It's sort of, though it seems like it's sort of taking place far away from the main continuity, so, I mean, it's not going to hurt it too bad, is it?
Is it a whole new... is it like a whole new show, or is it like a reboot, or is it like a continuation?
It's a new series that's supposed to be in the same continuity as SG-1 and Atlantis.
Okay.
Because it even talks about both of those too. I mean,
Right.
the guy, Dean Anderson, appears in part of,
Dean Anderson's there, Amanda Tapping is there, Michael Shanks appears. And really, his character, Daniel Jackson, is probably not the ideal character for explaining the scientific background of the fiction. But that's what they had him in there as doing.
So
I like Michael Shanks appearing in Stargate. I like him quite a bit, but I want him to be in the right context.
So for like the people that maybe haven't been keeping up with Stargate, what's the setup for Stargate Universe?
Well,
God, where do you start? I mean, you've had like what 2-3 series go on plus the film, so
right.
If you're not up on it, there's no catching up.
Oh man.
I don't know. I haven't seen the series. I haven't seen the other 2 series other than maybe a few bits. So maybe I could do this a little bit better just because I don't know all the background. But essentially, if you've seen the original Stargate movie, where it sort of branched off from that is it just continued on. Like they started to find more Stargates, more places to go, and they interacted with other alien species. And you get the sense that there's this really ancient race of beings that invented all of this technology.
Conveniently called the Ancients.
Yeah, conveniently called the Ancients. Yeah, it's real inventive. But essentially what happens in the show is now it started with 6, right? Wasn't there 6 chevrons in the original movie?
7.
7, that's right. 7. So you had 7 chevrons, right? You had 6 for your XYZ axis location, and then 7 for your point of origin. Then I guess was it Atlantis that they added the 8th, and now we're up to 9?
The 8th chevron came up in an early season of SG-1, but Atlantis' premiere was based around the concept of using that.
Okay, so you have this extra chevron that sends you somewhere else. Well, apparently that somewhere else is a big unmanned ship flying through the universe.
That's the nice chevron that does that one.
Right, the nice chevron that sends you to this exactly.
Shut up.
There's a lot of background, and like if you don't know where it's coming in, like the interesting part for me it comes from that they're using some classic context. So there's one character who's like an everyday guy that was playing a video game and cracked this code, and then they used that as like a test, and they recruit him into the program.
You're joking.
They beamed him up to their spaceship.
Literally, like they even said it that way. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, so he's kind of an everyman character that's in this situation. There's a lot of flashbacks in the first, and that may be a continuing theme. It's hard to say.
So in this series, they're not like jumping through Stargates, going to other worlds. They're on a ship going through the universe. Is that the idea?
Yes, they're on a very old alien ship.
So it's lost in space.
It's lost in space.
Or Battlestar Galactica or Star Trek Voyager.
Star Trek Voyager.
Now I understand.
Yeah. But it's even worse than even those series because they didn't build this ship. They don't speak the language. They don't really understand the technology.
So it's Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
But it's even worse than that because then they have to go...
That's not bad, my friend.
No, it's worse. So now they have a Stargate on the ship, and they're going to have to leave the ship through the Stargate to go to planets to pick up things they need. So it's lost in space in that respect.
12 hours, they're stranded there forever.
Right, they don't have, there's a timer. So it's like sliders as well. Yeah. It's like sliders meets Lost in Space.
We're basically reenacting the brainstorming session from when they came up with the idea for this series.
I think so, yeah.
So why
But
do we
it's
care?
not bad. It's not really bad, though. I mean, I think if you kind of, like, sort of gloss over the very convoluted plot elements, I think some of the characters seem interesting. Obviously, a lot of these characters, the way they've designed the show, have pasts. And you're not really sure of who has what intentions. I mean, there's
and
one
so
guy...
Back to Battlestar Galactica again.
Essentially, yes. It's similar to that. But, I mean, that's always interesting. So,
But see, that also comes down to my basic feeling for the whole thing, which is, aside from seeing the Stargate sitting there on the set, this might as well be any Canadian-produced sci-fi series. And I think we've just established that it is.
well, but they are using the Stargate. I mean, essentially the premise seems to be that this ship would go somewhere, build a Stargate, and then move on, then other people would come behind them.
No, actually, this is the ship that was supposed to come behind the other ship that went out and seeded
I'm sorry.
Stargate.
You're right. So, yeah, exactly. So, we're going to be seeing other planets with Stargates, and they may connect to other things. So, I mean, I think it has at least the potential to retain some of those plot elements.
My concern with this, though, is that with the state of disrepair the ship is in, that they're already exploiting for the first episode, it's hard to see how this is going to have longevity without some magic reset button to fix some of these problems.
Well, what they'll do is it'll just add time, right? They'll go somewhere, they'll fix something, okay, now we have another month. And then time will go by, and they'll have to add months and time. So it's going to be a continuing plot element to keep the ship repaired, as they get damaged, repair that, and move on. My problem is they've got a really small number of people. I mean, there's only 80, I think they would say 80 people on this ship.
Something like that.
That's a really small number of people, especially since they've already had a few of them die, so...
Right.
So, not to interrupt you guys, so, like, from what
to interrupt you guys.
Sorry. Yeah. So, from what you guys have watched of this, are you gonna keep watching it?
I'm going to give it a fair shot. I mean, I'm a self-declared Star Trek, I'm a Star Trek fan too, but I love Stargate. And, I'm going to give it a shot and see if it picks up from here, but the premiere does not have me optimistic so far.
And I think for my part, I'd say yeah, and again, because I don't have the baggage of the other shows to add to it, but I really loved the original movie. And I'd been looking for a good jumping in point, and this could be as good as any. And it seems interesting. I mean, it's a rehashed element, but that doesn't matter to me so much.
Okay.
As long as it's well written and is fun, I'm okay.